This audio is brought to you by awakenwithsagar.com. When you are happy, in general happy or unconditionally happy, desired things or people automatically flow towards you because you have a positive view or energy at that point of time. That is, your magnetism is on at that point of time. That also means that you are receptive. Actually, your magnetism is always on, but for easier understanding, I am treating it as on or off. When you are busy in such a happy or sincere mode or mood during the day, you don't even need to chase anything or anyone. It simply flows towards you. Let's call it natural happiness or being naturally busy. That's what let go means. That's what unconditionalness means. That's what detachment means. That's what self-love means. That's what faith means. In such a state of natural happiness or being naturally busy or the state of having faith in your ability to magnetize what you desire, you receive thoughts, guidance and inspiration from your higher consciousness. Through this inspiration and intuition, you naturally and effortlessly take actions and manifest your desires. Now, here's a catch. You can't force yourself into doing something to keep yourself happy on the premise of the awareness of the absence of what you desire. That would be unnatural happiness. Forced or desperate actions always backfire. For example, if you visit a beach because you are desperate to be at a beach, that's perfectly fine. However, if you visit a beach because you are unhappy or feeling lonely at home and you want to fix your loneliness, that takes you in the reverse direction. Same thing applies to watching cartoon shows. Same thing applies to making affirmations. It is actually applicable to everything. Doing something for fun and joy versus doing that because you are trying to escape a negative feeling are two disparate actions. This is like the difference between walking towards happiness and walking away from sadness. The same as using a dating app to expedite your process of finding a date versus using it to curb your loneliness. That never works, does it? And yes, it is also possible that you are hooked on to your desire in a moment and it may take some time to remove that hook from your mind. Minutes, hours, days, weeks, months or years depending on how strongly you are hooked on to the desire. That is your task, to develop a sense of natural happiness or enthusiasm about life. Be happy because you want to be happy. Now, you can use conditions, for example, listening to music, walking, dancing, traveling, sitting in a garden, having sex with someone, etc. to keep yourself happy. But as mentioned earlier, it should not be done to fix the negativity. It should be done to continue to walk towards positivity. You may start feeling negative in a moment. For example, a potential date may not respond to you and then you may get annoyed and start responding negatively to others who buzz you on that dating app. You may then, unfortunately, at that very instance, miss out on manifesting what you exactly wanted because, remember and admit it, whether it is from person A or person B, situation A or situation B, what you want is a feeling or an experience. So why not put greater emphasis on the feeling or the experience? It is possible that something or someone that you were looking at might not have the properties or qualities to give you that. Maybe something or someone else does. So are you convinced that you desire the feeling or the experience irrespective of the medium that you may have in your mind? So keep reminding yourself of the feeling or the experience. This does not in any way mean that the medium through which you receive the feeling or the experience is unimportant. If you start considering person A or situation A unimportant, your life becomes dull, uninteresting and boring. Focusing on only peace does bring peace, but on such a journey, if you want only peace and nothing else, you tend to limit yourself. When associated with spiritual organizations that tend to denigrate and devalue people, relationships, love, money, or sex while making you feel bloated about yourself, you tend to lose interest or courage in venturing into things that even remotely disturb or mildly disrupt your peace. You don't take risks. You don't make new, bold, uncomfortable decisions that might be progressive. You don't get out of your comfort zone. Hell, oftentimes you don't even get out of your house. Yes, if you want only peace and are okay with not working towards a better car or a bigger house or a fatter bank balance, for example, good for you. Being peaceful is important in any case. But remember, we are in this physical world to enjoy the physicalities of this world. Unless you choose to go to a mountain and meditate for the rest of your life, in which case I would assume that you have nothing better to do. This is where getting clear on your desires also comes into picture. If not person A or situation A, you have to remember that there are plenty of fishes in the sea and also that there are plenty of options and opportunities out there. The world is vast and abundant. You must not give up or lose hope because then you won't follow what's mentioned in the beginning of this talk. Also, you must realize that it is okay to let go of something or someone that is not giving you a fulfilling or satisfying experience. When you are in a negative mode or mood, you lack faith. You tend to chase your desires using forced or desperate actions. And when you chase something or someone, you are trying to forcefully feel or experience something from someone or something that has not naturally flowed towards you. You are trying to prematurely make it work for you, which is why it does not make you happy or satisfied. An example of this is dating apps or the social media, where we are incorrectly focused on making things happen. For example, reach, views, likes, popularity, forced dates, hookups, one-night stands, flings, forced relationships, etc. Instead of focusing on self-work and real-life achievements, or being naturally happy or naturally busy in real life, or developing faith in our ability to magnetize. That is the noise that is taking us in an aberrant direction. Now let's talk about magnetism. Even though it is always on, that is, you either magnetize positivity or negativity, how I like to look at it is, when you are in a positive mode or mood, your magnetism for positive feelings or experiences is on. When you are in a negative mode or mood, your magnetism for positive feelings or experiences is off. And that's when you slip into your negative behavior and go towards the plentiful negative things present in this world. You are not being consciously aware, alive, lively, joyful, or happy in such a mode or mood. And it is okay to slip into a negative mode. You can't be happy and high all the time. Whether you are feeling anger, fear, sadness, resentment, jealousy, guilt, frustration, loneliness, or any other negative feeling, the work is to take yourself out of the negative mode or mood as quickly as possible. Be receptive and continue to remind yourself that you want to feel or experience something from something or someone. Continue to go with the flow in a natural, subtle, loving, and very positive manner. Keep your target in mind, of course, but emphasize on the fact that you want the feeling or experience. Do not be fixated on the target because, like I said before, for example, you may be looking at person A to make you feel C, but person B might be the one who will make you feel that. You may be looking for a job to earn more money, but a lottery might be awaiting at your doorstep that will sustain you for the rest of your life. Finally, remember, if you are focusing on feeling or experiencing happiness in general or peace in general, that's how your life will be. If you're focusing on specific feelings or experiences, for example, romance, abundance, richness, safety, etc., that's how your life will be. If you're focusing on the mix and match of any or all of these feelings or experiences, that's how your life will be. That's the spiritual work. Spirituality is very, very technical, I would say. This is exactly how manifestations occur. But hey, this is for your desires. not for inspired or borrowed desires, that is, things that you want just because you see others having them. To study and practice a few ways to keep yourself naturally happy or busy, or to develop faith in your ability to magnetize what you desire, go to awakenwithsagar.com and visit the Mind Exercises section. To get deep and personal guidance around manifestations from Sagar, go to the Interactions section. The transcript of this talk is reviewed and revised from time to time. To read the up-to-date version, go to the Life Hacks section.